Welcome back to Savannas. We are live this afternoon from Whitefield in Manchester for the latest event in this Taom Shootout Pool series, and what a victory for a young man with a big future. Cian Monaghan just now booking his place in tonight's quarterfinals, but who is he going to play? Well, why don't we find out? First up, a man who has dominated this series so far, the defending champion, who has won each of the last two Taom Shootout events. A warm welcome, please, to the Duster, Liam Dunster. His opponent is a former junior and under 21 world champion. It's McCarron.
Great noise, great feel around this venue.
We're about to see what you might argue being the master in Liam Dunster.
Well, he's certainly been, well, along with Jordan Shepherd, he's been the dominant force in this shootout event so far.
I think Jordan won maybe the first three, did he?
Yeah, well, he won the pilot event, didn't he, and then the first two, so call that three.
Yeah, and Liam's won the last two. I think beating Jordan in both events, one in the final and one in the quarter-final. And they're on schedule to meet in the final today, if all goes to plan with seeds. But as we've seen so far, the first two matches with the seeds crashing out.
Cian, the only seed to win so far.
Cian, the 17-year-old seed, is the only one that's made it through. But make no mistake here, Liam Dunster is up against amongst our sort of, say, generation. McCarron, I think he's 32 years old. Like you say, a former world champion at youth level, and a very, very talented player. So he's not going to have it. He's not going to have an easy match here, Liam, by any stretch of the imagination. And this first break-off has come out quite awkward for Liam. He can make a red or a yellow if he wants to, but not an easy finish, whichever he decides to go for.
We've got another non-sock wearer.
Another non-sock. Oh, we've got to get him to sit somewhere else.
This.
Yeah. It's a very good shot from Liam. It could have come out a bit nicer. This is quite an acute cut into this middle pocket. May even elect for the double, which would afford better position for him. You see, I think he's got a really impressive way, Liam, of playing methodically, yet never looking rushed, but still playing to a 30-second shot clock. Never looks rushed. I know from speaking to him that he does practice the format, has people time him, to get him used to it. And but it's not as though you never, even when it goes down to a 15-second shot clock, he still gets down at his own pace, plays. He's very measured. He really has got this format to a T. It's a good shot. That's going to give Petty some control in this frame. I don't think the Reds even possible to double it into the right middle pocket. I think the yellow or the knuckle will be in the way, so work to do for Liam.
This is the last match in the top half of the draw. Phil Craig going through, and he will play the wild card, Cole Bedford, and as we've just watched, the 17-year-old Cian Monaghan through to play the winner of this one.
These are the frames where Liam's at the table and he looks like he's not really got an awful lot on, but he's tried to play a skill shot there, and a very different type of skill shot, where he's actually tried to make the red by playing it with topspin, and the white then
double kiss it in,
which is, you do see it now and again, but it's a really quite a unique way to play that shot, and almost like quite a desperate measure, you know, because he didn't have, the balls were too close for him to play a conventional skill shot. Almost made it. We'll have a first look at Paddy McCarron, see how he handles the occasion. The black's not easy, he'll definitely want to get tight on that back cushion.
Yeah, he'll be thinking about that already.
Yeah. I think we'll see him play a plant now, and then leaving the first yellow over the middle pocket. Just gently does it, yeah, and then yellow into the bottom left, and he'll play position off the yellow in the middle. But has to make this pot quite easy, he really does have to get right on that back cushion.
He's looking at the angle for his final yellow, the one over the left centre, deciding where exactly he wants to leave the white. He's just rolling on a little bit.
Yeah, I think with these, I'd have stunned that myself. I'd always like to be, especially with touch shots, you want to be as close as possible to your object ball. Just needs to mind.
Well, he screwed behind the
doesn't
black.
need a bounce. It's a really good shot. Really well controlled from Paddy McCarron. He knocks this in, he'll be taking a 1-0 lead.
Well, we've had several upsets so far, and it's first blood to the underdog here. How long do you think he's been in Savannas today already?
What time did the bar open?
I think he might be here another few hours, whether he wins this match or not. And a little look from Liam.
What's he going to do if he makes it through to this evening? He'll have 5 hours before his next match. I'd advise a sleep. See Paddy to break. He's gone for the second ball down break, and he's got a very nice split. He's made a red and a yellow. It's got a very nice split. The reds look good, and this is a good opportunity to take a 2-0 lead. And as good as we say, you don't fluke World Championships, even if it is at a junior level. You really have got. I've myself playing for England juniors when, you know, at youth level. It's so competitive, and there's so many great players around that came through that. Some of your sort of top pros today, nearly all of them came through that international setup as a youth player, and you don't like I say, you don't fluke World Championships. So Paddy's going to be made of stern stuff. This isn't going to be an easy match for Liam, but even saying that, still Liam's been so dominant in this event, it would be a shock to see him go out first round. We're going to have to see what he's made of here, because he's come to the table. Fair enough, he's got a shot, and he'll be happy with that, but I mean, there's a lot of work to do here for Liam Dunster.
The voice of Dan Davey you're hearing on commentary this afternoon. Knows a thing or two about pool. As does this guy, Liam Dunster, but not the start he would have hoped for. Very, very early days, of course. Although 7 minutes elapsed for, well, a shade over one frame.
Yeah, we're hardly running out of time, but compared to the first couple of matches, that's a really good shot from Liam Dunster. Just typical Liam. Just such a clever player. Shot selection is bang on pretty much every time. If you were to teach somebody how to play, aside from your obvious kind of technique and how to hold the cue, that sort of thing, but when it comes to shot selection, which is a huge part of our game, Liam Dunster's probably as good as you're ever going to see. Doesn't always go for the finish, goes for the finish at the right time, and knows how to turn a frame around when it comes to the table, and he's looks like he's in a bit of trouble. Exactly what he's done here.
Wow, did he play to leave that out?
Well, he'll be grateful it hasn't gone in.
Yeah, it wasn't. If he was trying to pot it, it wouldn't be up there with his best positional shots, would it?
No, I think from how he was looking before, he was trying to get the white just below and to the right of where the yellow is now, so that he could leave himself an angle to disturb these two reds in the corner. But Liam has called a foul on himself there. He's played a push shot. Seeing applause from the audience there.
Well, that's one of the great things about Q Sports snooker, Paul. You will see players, any player call that.
Yeah, and he really has left this frame wide open for Patty as well. But
well, he's basically conceded the frame there, hasn't he?
Basically conceded the frame, yeah. I'm sure our referee, Donna Evans, would have picked up on that anyway, but Liam didn't give her the chance to.
Penny for your thoughts, Liam.
Yeah, just 20 minutes left. It's I think more importantly than that, there's 5 minutes until the 15-second shot clock comes into play. And if you're going to find yourself 2-0 down, which barring a disastrous positional shot from Patty is highly likely.
Well, he's gonna be thinking, I've got to be 2-1 going into that 15-second shot clock, otherwise I'm in trouble.
Has to be. This could have been a lot better from Patty. I don't think there's an in off here. I think he will miss it, but he needs to be careful of the white off two cushions. That's not reached.
Oh wow!
That's not reached. Patty McCarron, that is. I said barring a disastrous positional shot, and he couldn't have played it much worse, to be honest. He had such a big margin of error, and you can see how angry he is with himself there.
Well, we were talking about trying to reduce his arrears to 2-1. He could be one apiece here now. What a steal this would be. A lot of work to do.
It is, and still a lot of work to do as well, because I don't think he's got the angle here to be able to hold. He tried to play that as gently as possible. This is far from an easy 3-4 ball finish here.
And he has to finish with the black where it is. No alternative.
Option. Yeah, no safety option here. Nicely controlled, but these are very, very missable off the cushion. Has to play it at pace, yep. This is a big, big shot in this match, early doors, for Liam Dunster.
And he knows how important this is.
He knows. He looks calm as ever. Patty doesn't.
Oh, he's missed it.
And he's missed it. And I'm pretty sure that cuts nicely, doesn't it, into the corner pocket. You have to be a little bit careful of the white going towards the corner.
Well, this one will reach. It's where the white, where the white goes.
He's playing it with screw.
Wasn't going to miss it twice, was he? Where's the white?
No, where's the white gone? He's
Right.
okay.
So he's got out of jail there, and he has a So it is a 2-0 deficit that Liam Dunster, the defending champion, will have to overturn.
You wouldn't know it from looking at his face. Ever the stone face, gives nothing away. You wouldn't know if he was 2-0 up or 2-0 down.
Yeah,
Almost made the black off the break there, which would have been...
Well, that would have helped.
Yeah. I think he can... He may have to bend the cue ball a little to make this red into the top right-hand corner pocket. I'll be hoping he doesn't, because then makes it much easier to hold the cue ball. Oh, that's rolled out.
Well, it did.
That's rolled out. That could cost him frame and effectively match.
Well, I did say earlier, I've noticed a couple of strange rolls on this brand new table. I don't know if that was just the spin he put on that ball, Liam.
Yeah, it can hit finger marks, obviously, as well. But it, has it helped having to have this table reclothed at such a late minute as well, and then get that re-levelled? So it all adds to the drama.
What an opportunity. 90 seconds until we go to the shorter shot clock. The 15-second shot clock comes in at the midpoint of the match, and by the time we get there, it could be 3-0.
Could be 3-0, and Liam would effectively be a very big underdog at 3-0 with just 15 minutes left in the match.
Oh, it'd be almost match point to Patty.
Yep. This is the last. If he plays this well, it's frame over. He's played it well. That is frame over. He's just going to stun the cue ball back to the centre of the table. And the easiest red and black left for a 3-0 lead. And what we keep mentioning, a former youth world champion, Paddy McCarron, but this is still going to be a massive upset if he can pull this off.
He can clearly play, and he's playing today. And he's parching today. And well, he might. A 3-0 lead over the tournament favourite. Have we got a big upset on the way? It's now or never for the Duster. The Duster needs to get these polished off, I would suggest.
Singing Love is in the air. I think there's something in the air for these players that turn up with no socks on. Upsetting the seeds.
15-second shot clock.
Well, I think every non-socked player has won so far. Whoa, hello.
And the cue ball's off the table. This is going to be a good chance for Liam Dunster to get back into this match.
He's going to have to do it quick, though.
It is, but I mean, he's still
the shot clock will help.
Yeah, with a 15-second shot clock, I mean, it can only really be, say, what, 2 minutes, two and a bit minutes for him to clear the table. So he's definitely got time. He just can't afford to lose any more frames, really. As we see there, that with the foul after the break, it's now what Liam Potts on his second shot is going to be his chosen colour set. It's gone yellows.
It's going to be yellows.
And make no mistake, as good as Liam is, this isn't an easy finish because of where the black is.
Well, he played a great pot, and the cannon to hold the centre of the table, giving him the option of either, but well, this is a big 3 balls.
It is, and he would have liked to have just caught that a little bit firmer than he did, because It's a little bit close to his work here and makes it a little bit harder to control the cue ball. I think we're just going to see Liam maybe just leave himself a double. Just make the yellow. Bring the white back across. This is huge. And he's missed it. And the seemingly unstoppable force that Liam Dunster is, seems to be just getting better and better with each tournament. He's in an awful lot of trouble here.
Yep. Only the black can really save him here, but there's no real obstacle between the reds for Patty to have to worry about.
No, I mean, this isn't a gimme if he's playing it at pace.
Well, they're easier when you're 3-0 up, these, aren't they?
Much easier at 3-0 up, and also played it with a bit of insurance there. Knew he could maybe hide the cue ball behind the red in the middle of the table if he did miss.
Just needs to think about this shot a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to get the white anyway as close to that left middle pocket as possible for a shot on the black, and it's the tough thing here. You've got to stun back right towards that left middle pocket, and it's how brave you're going to be. It's going to determine. That's a good shot. Just played it towards the knuckle. Just cheeked a little bit of the pocket there, and this really is probably for match, isn't it?
Yep. 4-0. 11 minutes on the clock, and he celebrates, knowing that he's pretty much there.
Surely Liam Dunster can't come back from this.
Asking for the music. Says, where's my music? Then gives it the old Dennis Taylor. Well, I don't think anyone would have had 4-0. Slight breeze, he calls himself. Whipping up a storm at the moment.
Oh, and the cue ball's in off, and
dear.
Things are just going from bad to worse for Liam Dunster. This could be frame and match.
Well, I think he's just going to write this off as a bad one.
Yeah, such a short format with this obviously shot clock as well. There's it's nowhere near as much of an upset as it might look. Obviously, it was mentioned a few times how good Patty is and what his pedigree is, but in this format, it's so cutthroat. Now if this goes right, it's match over. He's going to cut this red, this yellow into the middle pocket. Oh no, he's playing it first. I don't think it goes, does it? Oh wow! Check my eyes out.
Well, he's just taking anything on now.
I think I need to go to Specsavers. I didn't think that went.
So Patty McCarron flying through to the quarterfinals, where he will play Cian Monaghan, Liam Dunster's tournament. And here's stranglehold on this tournament. He's won the last two. His ending here in Manchester.
It's a hell of a statement, this. It's one thing beating Liam Dunster on your debut in the tournament, but to beat him 5-0. Hats off to Patty McCarron.
What a performance from Patty McCarron. 4 matches in, 3 seeds have fallen, and the latest is the biggest name of the lot. The double defending champion is leaving the arena. He's been hammered 5-0, and McCarron can enjoy the moment and look ahead to a quarter-final against the local favourite, because he has done a job on the Duster. He's beaten him 5-0 to go through, and we continue with matchup number 5, and that's after this break.